All right. I've received this email from expat who stays in Dubai, and he gave a pretty informative email. And especially if you are new in Dubai or you're a tourist, I thought this email would be very useful. He's given quite a one, two, three, four, five, six key points that can help you. So if you're a tourist or you're someone new in Dubai, listen to this. And yeah, if you are experienced and you're still watching the video, let me know your thoughts. Okay, so this is what he has said. Obviously, not giving his name. Number one, if you are landing in Dubai and you're going to take the airport taxi, first one, the black luxury taxis are more expensive, okay, and then the regular colored taxis. You'll often pay double, and the staff of the airport will always recommend. And if you ask them, can you stop a taxi? They'll always stop the black luxury taxi. Regular taxis, they tend to have a strategy that is, they will make sure that they take you through the longer route, or they will, make sure where there's plenty of traffic, they'll take you there so that you'll have to pay increased fee because every time the car stops, the meter is still running. Then tourists should research the approximate taxi fares beforehand. Use ride-hailing apps to get the fare estimate and insist on metered fares. And finally, be aware that taxis starting fare from the airport, right at the airport, is much more higher. If you walk, let's say, half a kilometer and then take a taxi, it'll be normal rates. But obviously, when people see you pushing the airport trolley or luggage, they can charge you more. But I think this is the reality in almost every country. Even in Bangkok, even after staying here so long, I have got cheated off where I think I was supposed to pay, nearly 200 or 300 baht. Ended up paying 3,000. Yeah, I know. Stupid is what stupid does. But I had to get cheated once in order to learn my lesson. But that particular time, I was pressed for time. I had left my luggage in a bus and I didn't have time to bargain if I wanted to get my luggage before I lose it and fly back, take my connecting flight. So there I didn't have a choice. Okay, so that is one. Second one is hotel apartments. Hotels offer, nowadays it seems hotel offer upgrades upon check-in due to the quote-unquote unavailability of booked rooms. And then they charge you extra during checkout, claiming that it was your requested upgrade. So there you might have to have a little bit of fight and argument. And obviously be careful if you're taking a video, because sometimes some places, if you take a video and you upload it or you complain or you give a negative rating and you're in the country, there are cases where they've even filed a police case for defamation charges. Be careful. In Thailand, it's very strong. In the Middle East, especially Dubai, if you give someone bad ratings for bad service, I don't know how far you can just do it and get away with it. But even if especially if you're an employee and you give a bad rating for the company, you can be held accountable. So just be careful, especially if you're in the country and taking someone else's video of their face in the Middle East or even in Thailand, you can get charged for defamation charges. And depending on the way the law takes you or the duration, you can end up getting stuck in the country and you can't leave. Okay, be careful there, especially if it's a powerful local of the country. Hotels may falsely claim damages like kettles, coffee mugs, furniture to keep deposits or even minor issues. Even if you take, let's say, an apartment for 1 year, the manager will always deduct charges. Like, for example, you took an apartment, they will show you everything is fine. And after you stayed there for 4 months, 6 months, whatever, and you're about to check out, you ask for your deposit, he'll say, oh, look at the cracks over here. Oh, this was broken. This is very normal. I'm sure you know about it, but it's very rampant. How you can stop it? Nobody has an answer for this, because end of the day, they are just looking to get their share of the money. And sometimes, in some cases, they even pocket this money for themselves. Okay, tourists should get upgrades offer in writing, specifying no additional charges. I think this you can do it through booking.com or Trip or whichever app that there is. Because if it is mentioned there, then you can definitely, you will be given the claim because you can show the proof. The last thing they want is negative reviews on these apps like booking.com. There was one incident where a Russian couple stayed in one Vietnamese hotel that posted this online, and it was told that breakfast is free for them and the children. And after they booked and they stayed for, I think, 3 days or a week or whatever, when they were checking out, they were told you need to pay for the children. There was a big fight. They said, we're not going to let you go. We're not giving you the passports back. But finally, when they showed them through booking.com app, they apologized because they didn't want a negative review there. But the damage was already done. After they left, they smeared all over social media because they were not going to Vietnam back. So they couldn't get into any legal problems. Okay. And also document the room condition with photographs and videos if possible. Pay deposits with credit cards to have a record, and if possible, avoid paying large cash deposits. Okay, common sense, especially when you travel. These are very good points if you travel anywhere in the world. Okay, this one is pretty infamous. Herbal treatment scams, which are even taking place in, I think, Pattaya here in Thailand. In Dubai also, it seems to be growing. Individuals in areas like Meena Bazaar target tourists with fake herbal hair, slimming or skin treatments, preying on their insecurities of how to lose weight easy. Products are overpriced and ineffective, containing harmful or unproven ingredients or even fake. In fact, the vendors will politely ask you to come and they'll say, you don't have to pay anything. You're just looking. I'm just showing you for free. So why do you have to worry? So people, on the guys, okay, I don't have to pay anything. You're just coming in. But then once you enter, it's like you're into the net, the web of being trapped. Politely decline and walk away. Even engaging with them can lead to extra pressure. Be aware that these people are very good at convincing. They use high pressure sales tactics. Okay. This is very common. This is extremely common. And obviously because they make a livelihood with all this. So they know how to, they know the right words. Like one of the phrases he uses, "Dekhne ke liye paisa nahi hai," means just for looking at it, you don't have to pay any money. Okay. The next one is unlicensed taxis or unmetered taxis. I don't think this is common in Dubai, as far as I know. I don't know if it has changed. Unofficial taxis driven by people using their personal vehicles offer lower fare but pose significant risks due to lack of regulations. I would beg to differ there because I know people who actually offer their personal cars and they pick and drop passengers. They normally charge you less and they don't have any right. In fact, they're doing something illegal. So they can't take you to police. They can't complain. They can't hold you accountable. So even if you don't pay, suppose, let's say you didn't pay, they can't put a case on you. Okay. They can't complain to the police because the police will say, where is your license to do this? So this particular point, I will disagree. Robberies and assaults have occurred. This can be a possibility if the driver is African, because Africans, I don't know, for some reason, they seem to be very brave in doing this, even though it's a known fact. You start breaking all these laws, they'll just catch you, jail you and deport you. They'll not even give you time to take your clothes or your documents from your room. You'll just be bundled up and thrown out. So, and this is a fact. The number of Africans who are there, they just seem very brave in committing these crimes. I've even seen a video, which obviously I couldn't put, where they have machetes and big knives, and they were going to attack one cashier. Obviously, they robbed him, but because they were caught on video, in I think less than an hour or something, they were caught and finished. That was the end of it. So if robberies, assaults, there's no recourse if something goes wrong. Oh, if you are a young female, or if you're a beautiful female, be careful. My friend nearly got kidnapped. But because she knew self-defense, she was able to kick, beat, punch. There were three guys, and she managed to escape and run away. So be careful there. There's another case where this guy wrote to me. His girlfriend got raped by this guy who offered to drop her after a nightclub. They spiked her drink or something. I asked him, why didn't he report to the cops? But it seems he didn't, because she was also taking banned drugs or something like that. I guess there was some part of the story he was not telling me completely. But then again, this is a real danger. Be careful. Use only official RTA taxis and reputable ride-hailing apps, even if they cost you slightly more, which obviously I highly recommend. That is why if me and my wife or my kid, we go for a holiday, we will only go 5-star hotels, and we will pay more for peace of mind. Because yes, you can take something cheaper like a tuk-tuk, but if you bump into the wrong guy, you're up for a big problem. And remember, I'm lucky because my wife knows Thai. So instead of me going and interacting, my wife goes and does the talking. So they think, this is a person from here. They look at the person as a local, so they don't charge you. Remember, there are dual pricing. One for a tourist, because obviously they see them having US dollars, foreign exchange, and local people. Local people, they'll charge you local rates. Foreigners, they'll charge you higher. That is why. Simple experiment I'll give you. If you go and ask the price for a coconut or something to eat or something that they're selling, they'll always charge you maybe 15, 20, or even 100% more. Ask them the price and walk away. After some time, maybe 15, 20 minutes, send someone who's a local Thai person or local from that place and ask, they'll give you a different pricing. That is why only buy from where people have put their signboards. Today, when I purchased bananas, simple one. I asked the guy how much for the bananas for a kilo. It was a local house that was selling. He told me 30 baht. But then he forgot that he had put a rough signboard that said 20. So you can imagine that 10 baht more. You might say 10 baht is nothing, but it's principle. So just be careful there. Avoid any vehicle that does not have RTA marking. Okay, fake and branded goods. This seems to be a major crisis in UAE. And even I found out, obviously can't give you who, there are reputed brands, outlets, real outlets that are selling fake goods. And one of the guys who's working there told me this. I was pretty shocked to know that. Obviously, because it's a very powerful brand, and obviously because, he didn't want to get into trouble. He told me not to post that video, but it is a fact. And the outlets are even in Dubai Mall, which shocked me. Seriously, he showed me with video evidence, all that. But, he didn't want to get in trouble. So vendors from tourist areas sell counterfeit watches, handbags, perfumes, jewelry, claiming that they are first copies, or they call it replicas. Okay, they use deceptive tactics, leading tourists through back alleys, fake warranties, and appear legitimate. Here in Thailand, if you go to a tuk-tuk or you go to any, let's say a guy who speaks very fluent English, calls you, makes you sit, they will take you to designated shops where they get commission, which I don't think they're doing anything wrong, but that is how, they have made the deal. So they'll not take you to an actual shop where it's beneficial. Like if you tell them, take me to a good shop where they sell this, they'll take you to a shop where they get a commission. Buy branded goods from malls, authorized stores. Here also, I'll tell you, be careful, because it might be a known branded outlet. They can still give you something that is, especially if they are not the actual brand owners. Like, for example, if you're buying a Rolex watch from a Rolex outlet, fine, it's original. Apple from an Apple outlet, yes. Let's say a perfume, Givenchy from a Givenchy store. Example I'm giving you. Prada from a Prada store, fine. But if you're going for this guy who is selling Prada, Givenchy, Paco Rabanne, Christian Dior, Chanel, he's selling all this, the possibility is exceptionally high that they can be counterfeit or they can be fake. Okay. And you would not be in a position to make out the difference. So buy branded from authorized stores, even if they're more expensive. Be aware, fake goods are very hard to tell apart from the real thing, which is very true. Armani, Gucci, suit scams, scammers. This one, not only Armani and Gucci suits, I would say the most famous brand in UAE is Pierre Cardin. I remember right from the time I was in my 20s, Pierre Cardin shops were all around, and it's so funny. They would have clearance sale. They would have end of season sale, or shop is closing down. Imagine clearance sale. They're closing down the shop, and the same signboard has been there for literally what I would say 5 years, 10 years, even some of them like 15 years. In Dera, they have buy one suit get three free, buy one tie get three free. Come on, man, use your logic. You'll never get an original with. Have you ever heard buy one Rolex and get three free? Come on, man. You'd never get a branded item, original, authentic, buy one, get one free. Never, 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 never. Okay. Scammers sell fake designer suits to tourists posing as businessmen with surplus items from fashion shows or exhibitions. They use persuasive sales tactics, showing fake receipts, claiming high end origins, creating a sense of urgency. Even sometimes the packaging can be like, wow, they'll open it and then there'll be a foil, or there'll be like a paper like coating. It looks all amazing. I'm telling you, I found a seller in China who will give pirated or used products, but the packaging that he'll give you will make it look as if it's brand new. They actually have a factory where the packaging is done professional. There are even factories, which I'm sure you know, where even the original sticker is manufactured duplicate. You know, the 3D stickers. They manufacture that in pirated ones. Suits of low quality knockoff are made from cheap materials, are not worth the discounted price. And finally, I think one of the best words he has put is, if an offer is too good to be true, it's generally the case. So, very good email, good points. And I thought this was worth sharing. So, special thanks to my guy, Mr. V. I'll just call him Channel V. And if you have any such, messages, emails, or content which is worth sharing with my viewers, I'd love to read them from you. And yes, maybe I'll make a video if it's good enough. All right. So good, bad, ugly, feel free, comment down below. It's me signing off. You guys take care. Yalla. Bye.